Palia has a lot of useful tools and mechanics available to help you throughout your journey, so let's take a look at 5 of them. Tip number 1. If you're looking to increase your level quickly, keep your focus high. Eating food increases your focus bar, which in turn increases any experience you gain for your skills. You can eat raw ingredients except meat, but eating a completed dish that you made with cooking, bought from ref, or received as a present will give you far more. You'll start the game with the ability to have 200 total focus, giving you 30% bonus experience, and it gets used up whenever you complete an action that gives XP for any skill, which leads us into tip number 2. Dragon Shrines. You can increase your total focus and the percent experience buff you get from it. That's where the various Dragon Shrines in the world come into play. They can give you your focus improvements. The one you start the game at increases the benefits of focus, whereas the one in Magi's Hollow increases your total focus. The bonus does decrease after you've gained a certain amount though. The focus effectiveness bonus only gives 2.5% after you worked up to 50%, for example. But from what I've heard, you'll top off at 100% bonus experience. But how do we actually earn these bonuses? Well, that's where tip number 3 comes into play. Renown, which basically is tip number 2.5 or something, but we'll roll with it. Your Dragon Shrine buffs are all purchased using your Renown, which for you MMO enthusiasts out there is Palia's reputation currency. Renown is earned by leveling, gaining achievements, completing item requests for other players, and more conveniently, speaking to people every day. But Ben, Jell told me not to talk to him for the sake of his art or something.
Leave me to my melancholy.
Too bad. It's not my fault we get 5 rep points whenever we talk to him. By the way, you'll want to regularly spend your Renown since you can only keep a total of 1,000 at a time. Each shrine buff upgrade costs 100, but you'll earn enough just by playing. Bonus tip, which just so happens to be related to tip number 3. As you talk with people, your relationship with them will gradually improve. Once it's high enough, you may receive new quests for them. And this is one of the major methods to learn about the world of Palia and the characters in it. So if that's your goal, speak to the people with reckless abandon. Tip number... what are we at, you know? 4, that's right. This one's all about storage stacks. I know, it's unrelated to the previous 3 or 4 tips. All of your storage containers share the same inventory, which means no organization of loot is required. In some cases, this could be annoying if you enjoy that type of gameplay, but for the most part, being able to go to any one of my boxes and stashing everything in my inventory without a care in the world is just too convenient. Really speeds up the gameplay loop of eat food, raid the countryside, deposit loot, repeat. You do have the ability to purchase a lockbox from Tish, which will allow you to reserve various items that you don't want the game to auto-use when you're doing things like cooking, so that's nice. Second bonus tip. Ever feel like a bit of a maniac running around the various villagers in town with your axe out? Well, good news! Simply press X on PC to put away whatever tool you currently have equipped. No more must you worry about whether or not the NPCs see you for the invasive countryside raiding pillager that you are. Tip number 5. It's climbing. You know, someday I think we'll look back on the climbing mechanic from the Palia open beta and think, why was it even there? Anyway, climbing does exist in the game, but you can only climb rocks. There's no fall damage, or damage of any kind for that matter, so feel free to practice your skydiving attempts when you're too lazy to pull out your glider. Fair warning though, this system is, perhaps not quite working as intended at all times. You may notice it feels pretty rough to use, and you can't just detach from walls and fall down. The only way I've found out how to let go is to hold backwards and press spacebar, which means you launch off with a jump mid-climb, and that makes landing on whatever platform annoying, and a lot of rocks you can climb on can't be climbed on because they look the same as the... Wait, what? Is that the second bonus tip? Press X? Well, that makes more sense. But you know, there are still times when I've had a lot of fun playing during the Palia Open Beta, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else they have to offer in the future. If you're looking for some more information about Palia, check out the videos on the right. I'm your Benefactor, and I pray you have a wonderful day. Bonus tip number 3. I struggled to find the item request menu, so if you're like me, you press O, then click on the second tab, and to complete requests, you press the second tab, second tab.